YTBC, what's the deal? So I'm gonna do a quick prediction on this Hughie Fury versus Nagy Aguilera. Now, before I start, this isn't a fight that we thought we were going to get. We know Team Fury came out and said that it's going to be a world rated top 10 type of heavyweight. They went after Alexander Usanov. He opted to just wait out his June 19th, or he has to fight Luis Ortiz either on or before June 19th. We know Ortiz is getting ready to fight Tony Thompson this weekend. Then they went after Andre Fedosov. That fight fell through. Fedosov and his team turned down the fight. So he's going against Nagy Aguilera. Now, some of you may think, oh, easy work, on to the next fight. I'm not really looking at it like that. Now, I will favor Fury in the fight. And one thing about Fury, man, he's only 21 years old, so he's still learning the ropes. He's been pro for about 3 years now. So I'm not, he doesn't have to get pushed into a huge fight yet. But it's going to be a tricky fight, man, because Nagy Aguilera, he keeps a tight, high defense. He has quick hands, good combinations. He has pretty decent footwork, good combinations, a good jab, and he can move decently. He does fight in spurts sometimes. Sometimes he can run out of gas. And you look at his record, you think 20-9, 14 knockouts. Out of his 9 losses, been knocked out twice. Nothing special. I wouldn't look at it like that, because out of those 9 losses, he's taken guys the full rounds. Gerald Washington, Dominic Brazil, Thomas Adamek, Antonio Tarver, so on and so forth. And his 2 knockout losses, Chris Arreola and Samuel Peter. What do those guys have in common? Very heavy hands. And if you look at those fights, you look at the stoppages, he was stopped on his feet in both of the fights. Now, the Peter fight, had that going on, he probably would have got hurt in that one, because he looked out of it. But nevertheless, he was on it. He was leaning over, but he looked like he was going to get hurt in that one. The Arreola, he was fighting back. His head did go snapping back after Arreola landed a shot, but he was fighting back. And both of those losses, though, the first couple rounds, he came out fighting a good fight, a good measured pace, using his jab. He had Peter kind of following him, but he was landing a nice jab, turning him. Very confident fighter, good amateur background. He always comes to fight. Now, some of you may look at his physique and may just think, oh, he's nothing. But please don't be tricked by that, man, because the guy has good skill. He's going to give Fury some problems the first few rounds. It's going to be interesting to see who wins the jabbing contest, because I've seen him in there walk guys like Gerald Washington back. He walked Brazil back, had Arreola against the ropes. He isn't a guy that's going to go in there and just get walked down and destroyed, man. He is going to show you. He even pushed Thomas Adamek back, landing quick shots on him, pushing him back with the jab. Interesting fight. I'm going to go with Hughie Fury to win this fight by decision. I don't know if this fight's going to be a 10 or 12 rounder. I didn't see it in the article. I'll leave the article in the description box for you. So I don't know what it's scheduled for, but I expect Fury to kind of duplicate what he did against Andre Radinko. That is, use his quick feet, his quick hands, his jab. He has damn good defense. He can move his head, and that's one thing that Brazil and a few of the guys, Antonio Tarver, probably some of the other guys, don't move their head as much as Fury likes to. But it's just going to be really. I'm really curious to see who's going to take the initiative in this fight, because both of these guys fight good fights going back, but I think Fury will allow him to come forward and he'll outbox him using his jab. He'll probably take some of the things that Gerald Washington did. I think Washington looked the best out of the prospects that he's fought that I can remember, but Washington looked pretty good in the fight against Aguilera as far as moving and using his jab. With Washington, I always think he should be a little bit more aggressive, but the difference between Washington and Fury is I think Fury will double and triple up jabs, whereas Washington was just content with using one jab and then throwing the right hand behind it every once in a while in that fight and just moving, where Fury would try to go to work with the jab to get close to land combinations. But I got Fury to win this by decision, but it's going to be tough, man. It's not going to be an easy fight. And Aguilera just came off his win over, there was another prospect guy that he beat, a dude that beat McCall, beat an old Oliver McCall, forgot the guy's name. But he just beat him, and then he had the losses to Washington, Brazil back-to-back, but competitive fights, tough competitive fights. And he, he's only about 6'3" with a 77-inch reach, so Those guys had the height and the size and weight advantage, and he held his own, and he was pushing those guys back, man. And he made for, you know, some entertaining fights with both of those guys, you know. But I'm going with Hughie Fury in this fight, man. Hughie Fury to win this fight by decision. I don't see any knockdowns in this fight. Although I know Fury just had his last previous 2 fights, he won by stoppages, but those guys aren't on the level of a Nagy Aguilera, in my opinion. But I'm going Fury to win this fight. YTBC. I'm out.